Namaskar and hello. Welcome to Shridevi Classes YouTube channel, a channel designed to inculcate interest in science and engineering subject and to build confidence by clarity of concept and understanding. Today in our playlist class 12th physics, we'll study electric field and potential of a charged spherical conductor and understand whether the spherical conductor is hollow or solid. It behave in an identical manner and electric field and potential of a charged sphere is just identical to a point charge acting from its center for all external positions, and internal electric field is zero and potential is everywhere the same as that of surface. Let's start. Electric field and potential of charged spherical conductor. For a charged spherical conductor, whether it is solid or hollow, all charge will remain only on the outer surface with uniform surface charge density distribution. So we can say a solid spherical conductor and a hollow spherical conductor behave in an identical manner. This is so because in electrostatics, movement of source charge is not allowed, and if there exists a charge inside a solid conductor, that charge will produce its own electric field, and in that electric field, free electrons of conductor body may start movement, and movement of source charge is not allowed in electrostatics. So there can't be any force on free electrons inside conductor to move them. So there should not be any electric field inside the conductor, and since electric field is produced by charges, so there can't be any source charge inside the conductor, and all charge remain only on the outer surface. So for equal amount of charge on surface and radius, a solid spherical conductor and an hollow spherical conductor both produce identical electric field and potential everywhere. To find out electric field at an external position from this charged spherical conductor at a distance small r from center, which is greater than radius of sphere capital R, then to find out electric field, we'll construct a Gaussian surface passing through observation position, and for symmetry, this Gaussian surface is common center spherical surface. Now over this Gaussian surface, everywhere electric field produced by this charged conductor sphere is radial outward as shown by these red arrows, and if we consider any elemental area section over this spherical surface, then area vector is also directed radial outward. So everywhere on this spherical surface, electric field and area vector are aligned. The angle between two is 0, and due to symmetry, the magnitude of electric field intensity, though the direction is changing, but the magnitude of electric field intensity over this entire spherical Gaussian surface is constant. So as per Gauss law, the total amount of flux passing through Gaussian surface is closed surface integration of surface electric field intensity. As if we consider a small elemental area ds, then small amount of flux passing through that elemental area is E dot ds, and total flux can be obtained by summation of all those small contributions by integration. Since integration is over a closed surface, so it is called closed integration, and this closed surface will enclose a volume, and as per Gauss law, this closed surface integration of electric field intensity is equal to total amount of charge enclosed within that surface in the volume divided by permittivity of media, and if medium of consideration is air, then air permittivity is taken as epsilon naught. Now since E vector and area vector over entire Gaussian surface is in the same directions, as E vector changes its direction, area vector also changes its direction, and both got an alignment everywhere on the Gaussian surface. So this dot product, which involve cosine of angle between two area vector and E vector, since angle between E vector and area vector is 0, cos 0 is 1, so this dot product become a simple multiplication of electric field intensity and elemental area, and it become elemental flux, and total flux is obtained by integration. Now in this integration, magnitude of E everywhere is the same, so this constant E will come out of integration, and this become just summation of Gaussian surface area, and that surface area having radius r from center becomes 4 pi r square, and electric field intensity and Gaussian surface area product become total amount of flux passing through Gaussian surface, and as per Gauss law, it is enclosed charge. Whatsoever the distribution of charge, we have to make summation of total charge enclosed, and that is capital Q divided by epsilon. Since charge distribution is uniform, so electric field become uniform and radial outward as shown, so it makes this part of calculation simpler. The relation of flux as per electric field intensity and Gaussian surface area is equal to enclosed charge upon permittivity, we can find out magnitude of electric field intensity, and when 4 pi r square come to the other side in denominator, it become 1 upon 4 pi epsilon q upon r square. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught can be treated as k for numerical calculation, as k got a value 9 into 10 raised to 9, which is easy to make numeric calculation. This relation of electric field intensity from a spherical charge of capital Q and observation position having distance small r from center becomes kq upon r square, and this relation of electric field intensity is just identical to electric field of a point charge. If this capital Q acts as a point charge from its center, then at r distance its electric field will follow inverse square relationship as kq upon r square, as it is shown by this spherical charge. Now this inverse square relationship of electric field intensity with distance of observation point from center is illustrated by this graphical section to the both side of sphere, and it is clear if this is radius of sphere capital R and our observation point got 2r distance from center or r distance from surface, then electric field at double distance from center become 1/4 that of surface value. At surface of this sphere, small r become equal to capital R, and electric field at surface become q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square or kq upon r square, and it is in this relation minimum value of small r and maximum value of electric field intensity. So there exists maximum electric field on the surface of sphere, and it decreases as inverse of the square of the distance from center as shown here. To find out electric field intensity at an internal position of this charge conductor sphere having total charge capital Q and radius r at a distance r dash from its center, which is less than radius of sphere, we will construct a Gaussian surface. Again, this Gaussian surface is a concentric spherical surface passing through observation position having symmetrical positions, and area vector directed normal and outward is radial. Now as per Gauss law, total flux coming from Gaussian surface is closed surface integration of electric field intensity over the Gaussian surface, and it is equal to total enclosed charge divided by permittivity of media. Since in a conductor sphere, whether it is solid or hollow, all charge exists only on the outer surface, there is no internal charge presence. So within this Gaussian surface, whatsoever the volume we are enclosing, there is no charge, so enclosed charge since 0, so this integration or total flux coming from Gaussian surface becomes 0. Now due to symmetry, E vector, area vector could be taken in an alignment, and E could be taken as constant over this Gaussian surface, so E as a constant when brought out of integration, this become integration of Gaussian surface area, and it is 4 pi r dash square. And since total flux coming from Gaussian surface as per Gauss law is equal to enclosed charge, since there is no enclosed charge, so it is 0. Now neither 4 pi or r dash square could be 0, so it is only the internal electric field which is 0. So for a conductor sphere, whether it is solid or hollow, for all internal positions there is no internal electric field. E inside the conductor is. For a spherical conductor having charge only on the outer surface and no internal charge, the internal electric field everywhere inside the conductor sphere is 0. So electric field, whether it is at center position or any other internal position inside the conductor at a distance from center less than radius, everywhere electric field is 0. We can also find out electric potential of a charged conductor sphere, and we know electric potential of any position in electric field is amount of work done in moving a unit test positive charge from infinity to that position in electric field. And for electric field of this spherical charge, when we move a unit positive charge, force on that unit positive charge is called as electric field intensity, and for elemental displacement dr, amount of work done is E dot dr. And since electric field is radial outward and we make a displacement in a radial direction in alignment with E in opposite direction, we have to consider a negative sign, and total work can be obtained by integration. For all external positions, electric field is given as kq upon r square, just like electric field of a point charge acting from its center. Here k and q are constant, which when come out of integration with negative sign, the integration formula for 1 over r square is minus 1 by r. This negative and this negation become positive, and 1 by r when we take limit, the initial limit is when put with change sign become 1 by infinity or 0, and final position is at a distance r from center of this sphere, make it kq by by r, and we found that electric potential of a spherical charge for external position is just similar to that of a point charge. As we know, for a point charge of capital Q amount at a distance r, electric potential is given by kq by r, and a positive charge produce positive potential and negative charge produce negative potential, and potential got inverse relation with distance of observation position. This inverse relation of potential with respect to distance is illustrated by this graph, which got a rectangle hyperbola shape, and this graph clearly indicate that if distance from center become 2 times of radius of sphere, then at 2r distance electric potential become half of surface value, and at surface value when small r is equal to capital R, the electric potential on the surface become kq by r, or 1 upon 4 pi epsilon q upon r, which is maximum value. So electric potential for a charged conductor sphere is maximum on the surface, and it decreases as inverse of the distance from center of the sphere as shown here, and electric field is 1 over r square. That means from center, if distance is doubled, electric field become 1/4 and potential become half. To find out electric potential inside this charged conductor sphere, we have to calculate amount of work done in moving a unit positive charge from infinity to internal position r dash, which is less than capital R or radius of sphere. So force multiplied by displacement is elemental work done in electric field intensity E for elemental displacement dr, and since displacement is made against direction of force, this negative sign is taken in calculation. Total work can be obtained by integration from infinity to internal position. Since electric field external to sphere follows 1 over r square inverse square relationship, and inside the conductor it is everywhere 0, so we have to make this integration calculation in 2 parts. So amount of work done in moving a unit positive charge from infinity to surface of sphere is this one, and this is in fact nothing but potential on the surface, and this is additional work done in internal electric field, which is 0 in moving a unit positive charge from surface to any internal position, and this additional contribution is 0. So potential inside the conductor everywhere is the same as that of surface, kq by r or q upon 4 pi epsilon r. So we can say in a conductor sphere, whether it is solid or hollow, there is no internal electric field and there is no potential difference. Potential on the surface, potential at the center or anywhere inside the conductor position, potential is constant and is equal to surface potential value. We have studied electric field of a spherical conductor if the conductor got irregular shape other than sphere. Even in that condition, all charge of conductor remains only on the outer surface. There is no internal electric field or charge presence, and potential everywhere is the same as that of surface. In a regular spherical surface, charge density distribution was uniform over the entire surface, but for this peach-like shape at such sharp edges or positions or corners, the concentration of charge density is higher and it will produce stronger electric field as compared to flat positions as of this 2 number position. But surface electric field is always normal to the surface. There is no electric field component along or inside the conductor, and so there won't be any work done in moving a charge along surface or inside the conductor. So potential over the surface or inside is the same. So everywhere potential is same, there is no potential difference. Internal electric field is 0 and electric field could be only on the surface, and here at this sharp position 1, electric field is stronger than electric field of position 2, but the potential of position 1 and position 2 would be the same. Now this distribution of charge on a conductor surface is as per condition of minimum system potential energy, because any charge in internal positions will possess higher potential energy, and charge system has a natural tendency to attain minimum potential energy, and that's possible when the charge remain only on the outer surface. We understood that electric field of a conductor sphere is just identical to an electric field of point charge acting from the central position of sphere, as both obeys inverse square relationship, and at double distance electric field become 1/4, but the distance should be measured from the center of the sphere. Similarly, electric potential to external position is similar to point charge acting from center, and for internal position in a conductor sphere, whether it is hollow or solid, there is no internal electric field, and potential potential is everywhere the same as that of surface value. The other videos of this playlist will enhance your physics understanding and help you to score more marks in any sort of examination. We'll again meet with informative and interesting video. Thanks.